You're watching DriftEcho, where the quiet shifts matter more than the loud victories. Let's reassess Reacher. From the pilot onward, the structure felt unbreakable. A lone drifter steps into a broken town. He observes. He calculates. He dismantles the rot at its core. By the final episode, justice is delivered, the dust settles, and he walks away untouched. Efficient. Precise. Contained. But that image of total independence was never entirely accurate. Reacher has always appeared solitary, yet he was rarely unchecked. Frances Neagley wasn't just backup muscle or a familiar face from his past. She was friction. She questioned assumptions. She tested angles. Where Reacher moved on instinct, she demanded confirmation. Where he accelerated, she evaluated trajectory. She didn't dilute him. She refined him. And Season 4 appears ready to subtract that equation. With Maria Sten's involvement reportedly reduced as the Neagley spin-off expands, the absence doesn't feel logistical. It feels thematic. Intentional. As if the story wants to examine Reacher without his most trusted counterweight. That changes the geometry of everything. Early signals suggest a tonal pivot. Fewer explosive bar fights. Fewer immediate, bone-crunching confrontations. Instead, something colder. More patient. Surveillance replacing spectacle. Psychological maneuvering replacing blunt force domination. In that environment, strength isn't the primary advantage. Patience is. Reacher's rhythm has always been forward motion, enter, assess, execute. He thrives when variables are visible. When enemies reveal themselves through arrogance. But what happens when the threat doesn't posture? When the antagonist studies him first? When information becomes the battlefield instead of fists? Without Neagley, there's no external processor. No second set of instincts running parallel. Every decision loops through his own internal compass. And that compass has one defining quality: it doesn't stall. Decisiveness has been his edge. But in a season built on concealment and delayed traps, decisiveness without dialogue can morph into overcommitment. Season 4 doesn't look like escalation. It looks like examination. Recent production details hint at longer investigative arcs, sustained tension across episodes rather than episodic domination. Less reset. More accumulation. Fatigue, time pressure, incomplete data. A slow grind instead of a sprint. That's dangerous territory for someone who defines himself by control. Because control in a physical space is one thing. Control in an information war is another. If enemies operate through layers, misdirection, false leads, psychological bait, then brute strength becomes secondary. The real test becomes restraint. Timing. The ability to wait. And waiting has never been Reacher's preferred tactic. The removal of Neagley isn't just the absence of an ally. It's the absence of resistance. And resistance is what prevents certainty from curdling into tunnel vision. Has Reacher been effective because he's alone? Or because he's had just enough connection to keep his instincts honest? Isolation sharpens. But it also narrows. If Season 4 follows this cold